In today's video, I'm going to share with you a simple 4-step strategy that you can use to optimize your health. Now, knowing a strategy is everything when it comes to optimizing your health. Otherwise, you're throwing random things in unpredictable patterns, and often the results don't stick. So whether you're dealing with low energy, bloating, hormonal imbalances, strategy is everything. Now, before we dive in, my name is Dr. Chelsea Isles. I go by Hermione ND on YouTube, where I help you to alchemize leading-edge health science with ancient healing wisdom so that you can transform your health and re-inspire your life. Now, the simple 4-step strategy that I use starts with step number 1, which is all about regulating the nervous system. When we live in places of heightened fight-flight energy, think go, 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 being really productive during the course of the day, every day, not having really good work-life balance, running the kids to school and soccer practice right after you've done your work for the day, and then hustling home to get dinner on the table. This prolonged, heightened activated state often creates imbalances in the nervous system. Now, if we think about it like working a muscle, if you are doing this on a regular basis, it's not wrong, but we want to counterbalance it. Otherwise, we have one muscle that's incredibly strong. You're really good at hustling and being productive, but you might not be very good at actually relaxing. Signs that this is going on for you would be that when it's time to finally go to bed, you have a hard time actually falling asleep and your mind is racing. Or if you try and relax and you feel like your shoulders are right up here around your ears, or they feel like little rocks to some kind person who's agreed to rub them, often this is a sign that your nervous system is locked in a heightened state of activation. To address this, my favorite practices come to us from the world of somatic therapy. So somatic therapy is like a blend of meditation and also guided relaxation processes in the actual body. Like Eckhart Tolle says, the thinking mind can't feel. When we're focused on feeling the way that we feel in our body, it often helps the thinking mind or the monkey mind to calm down, to stop circling around on things, trying to solve problems, trying to predict what's going to happen. It helps the mind to relax. And as we focus on relaxation, it allows the body to feel safe. And the nervous system, when it feels safe, tells all of the rest, digest, and reproduce functions in the body that the coast is clear. It's okay to settle down here. It's okay to have a sex drive. It's okay to digest food. We're not in danger. It's all right to let the guard down. This is basically what we're doing in phase 1 of nervous system regulation. During this phase 1, we also look at stress hormone cortisol and work on regulating that by addressing the adrenals specifically. And we can find this again if there's disruption in your sleep-wake cycle, or you're having a hard time relaxing and falling asleep in the evening, or maybe you're very tired in the morning and you don't feel that burst of energy where you're able to get out of bed easily. It points out that there is an imbalance in this phase 1 where we want to look at the adrenals. So balancing the nervous system and regulating the adrenals is step number 1. And think of these 4 steps as a stair step. We cannot move to step number 2 until we've adequately addressed that step number 1. From there, step number 2 is looking at gut and gut health, which is intimately connected with your nervous system and also with your immune system. So much happens in the gut. We rely on the gut for absorbing nutrients. We rely on the gut for detox. So if this is broken, we cannot have cellular health. We cannot have deeper level health. We cannot get rid of inflammation. So for a lot of people with chronic inflammation, the first place we want to look is the gut. So again, chronic inflammation, signs of this could be high blood pressure, could be pain or discomfort in the joints and in the body, could be flares in the skin where there's redness or eruptions, eczema, psoriasis, acne are all examples of signs that there's underlying inflammation at play. Oftentimes, rising cholesterol levels over time can also point to underlying inflammation. To address this, my favorite go-to is something called the 5R protocol, which comes to us from functional medicine. And it breaks into two phases. One phase where we look at getting rid of any kind of parasites or bacteria or viruses that are harmful to health, knocking back their numbers. We also, in this phase, want to remove things that are actively causing inflammation for a short period of time. High levels of sugar intake, alcohol fall in this category, but also if there are food sensitivities for a short period of time while we rehabilitate the gut, we want to remove those more inflammatory foods. During the second phase of this 5R protocol, we look at repopulating the gut with healthy microbes, so healthy probiotics. We want to replace digestive enzymes so that your body's actually able to break down the foods that you're taking in and then start to rebalance the system. So having better food hygiene, having where we actually sit down and enjoy a meal instead of powering through something on the go while you're in the car. All of this would fall into that 5R protocol, which is a science-backed, proven method for healing the digestive system in a way that lasts and works long-term. So we've got stair step number 1, regulating the nervous system and stress hormone. Phase number 2, step number 2 of optimizing your health is really looking at the gut and rehabilitating your gut. From there, and only once that phase is done, we can move on to step 3, which is detox. You're exposed on a daily basis to more than 70,000 chemicals every single day in your environment. So even if you're really good about keeping all of the toxic cleaning products out of your house or beauty care products, if you're using body care shampoos, conditioners, body washes that are paraben-free and phthalate-free, and you're doing your due diligence there, you're still going to be exposed to things out in the world, herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals. None of us can avoid it in this day and age. Now, our body is designed to actually expel toxic material, but oftentimes there's too much. So you just get exposed to too much. Sometimes we're in phases of life where stress is high, there's gut inflammation, other things that compromise our ability to detox. And so over time, we can start to accumulate some of these toxic materials in the tissues of our body. It is possible to bring them up out of storage and actually get them out of the body. Why we want to do this? Because over time, these stored toxic materials actually make it to where our cells make less energy. So this can, for some people, show up as autoimmune conditions. It can show up as chronic smoldering inflammation. It can also just show up as low energy that has literally no explanation. You can't figure out why your brain's not working, why you can't remember what you walked into the room for, or no matter what you seem to do, your energy level won't pick up. That's when I really look to detox. Especially if there's underlying like puffiness or sock lines or bags under the eyes or feeling like there's just puffiness around the neck and throat, all signs that there's lymphatic congestion and detox support is needed. Now, when it comes to detox, we want to think about this in 2 levels. Big picture, macro detox, micro detox, zooming into the level of the cells. We always start with the big picture, macro detox. Are you pooping every day? Are you drinking enough water? Are you working up a sweat? All of these things have to be functioning before we can do cellular detox. If anyone tells you that you should do a cellular detox and doesn't start with that kind of prep work, run away. It is not good for you and can cause more harm than it can help. So these preliminaries are important because they prevent you from just stirring up a bunch of stuff and then reabsorbing it and moving it to different places. I've seen this for a number of patients, actually, that I've inherited from different health coaches, different providers, where they got their order of operations a little mixed up. And I'll have people come in where they tried to remove, say, mercury from their tissue. The provider did some testing, found they had high mercury, high lead, and then wanted to put them on a chelation protocol. Well, these things are very toxic. They're very toxic to the brain, especially. And if they didn't do those preliminaries, in this case, they didn't. Instead, they went right to the chelation protocol, stirred all of the things up, and now she's got brain symptoms, toxic brain symptoms, terrible memory issues, terrible dysregulation in the autonomic system of her body, which could have been avoided if those preliminaries had been in place. So that's your word of caution. Always think about that. Step 1, step 2, before we get to step 3 of detox. We do the macro detox, make sure all of our systems of detox are moving, and then we zoom in to the level of cellular detox. And this is where chelation protocols are appropriate. We can actually use agents that reach into the cells and pull out these toxic materials. And then we use binders, so chelators and binders. The binders will grab, once it's out of the cell, grab that toxic material and then allow it to be expelled through the bowels, through the urine, or through sweat. A really good cellular detox protocol should take you about a month to 2 months to complete after preliminary stuff has been done. From there, once we have this great foundation of health, I then move on to step 4, which is really looking at the hormonal system and making sure that hormones are balanced, that you're making enough of the different hormones necessary for healthy function in the body. So for someone with maybe low thyroid function, or if you're having really abnormal periods or a lot of perimenopausal symptoms, all of these can be signs that there is a disruption in the hormonal system. And trying to address hormones before we've done steps 1 and 2 or 3 of our health optimization journey is a complete shit show. Nothing sticks, nothing works, and you'll find you end up taking like 20, 30 pills trying to get something to happen, and it doesn't really work because hormones tell the tale of what's happening in the body. If you have a significant hormone imbalance, chances are that steps 1, 2, and 3, there's something up. For my clients, when we get to this step 4, oftentimes it's fine-tuning. There's no major flares. There's no major symptoms still happening at that point. And that really just calls out how important that nervous system regulation, the gut health, and the detox are to overall hormone balance. So there you have it. From a high-level provider, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I've been in primary care for a number of years. As a doctor of Chinese medicine, I also bring in holistic health sciences. So rather than looking at any one system under a microscope, we want to look at how all of these systems work together when we're talking about health optimization. So if you want to get to a place where you don't rely on pills and you just feel awesome and things work really well, and you want quality of life in your later years, this is the recipe to make it happen. So as a little freebie for you for being here in this video, I do have a free program. It's a mini course called the Nervous System Sanctuary, which will get you started with simple at-home things that you can do to address step 1. To enter the Nervous System Sanctuary, all you need to do is click the link in the description field below, and I'll see you there.